Hi everyone. In today's video, I am going to share with you 5 ways that I streamline my life to get more done in a shorter amount of time. So, I don't even know why I said shorter amount of time, because we all have 24 hours, right? So, I think it is about recognizing that, as I'm going to say as women, right? Because I can only speak for myself, that as women, that we just have to hold on to so many hats, and there's so many decisions that have to be made. For me, I am a wife. I am a mother of 2 kiddos, 5 and 18-month-old. I am a private practice therapist. I am a business owner because I am in private practice, and I'm a homemaker, right? Like as the person who does the laundry and the majority of the cleaning and the planning and that's also another job. And so for me, it's recognizing that trying to hold on to all of these hats is very overwhelming. And honestly, it is this idea of I can multitask and all of that stuff. And I just want to hone in this fact that multitasking is not a good thing, and I struggle with it, and I will be the first to admit that I struggle with multitasking, because I think I can do multiple things. Like, I'll put a load of laundry in while I start dinner, and then I will clean up the basement, and I'll pick things up while I'm vacuuming, or that. It's very easy to get into this mindset of while one thing is happening, I can do this other thing, and blah, 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 right? And sometimes that works, but for the most part, that should not be the norm. But recognizing that when you have these multiple hats, there's a lot of responsibility. And so the decision making, that for me, I have a full awareness, as not only as a human being, but as a therapist. The idea is how can I reduce the mental load of having to make all of these decisions? Or if I'm going to make all of these decisions, how do I do it in a way that is maybe automated or systematized, or just in a way that streamlines the process for me? So I wanted to share with you 5 things that I do to just make my life a little bit easier. Because the reality is that, when clients come in and they have their crisis of the week, there's just you don't know what's happening. When you wake up to whatever your kid mood is, or whatever's happening at school, or you might have to get the kid early, or this, that, and the other. Life is so variable, right? We can't control so many variables of our lives. But if there are things that you can control them as best as you can, and automate the process as best as you can, so that you reduce the mental load and the decision making and the use of brain power to get things done. So the one thing that I do that just streamlines my life is that I have a uniform, right? And I call it the uniform because it is I'm in my romper phase, right? Don't judge me. I'm in my romper phase. This is my winter romper, right? I have this in purple, and I have 2 of these in black. These are my winter rompers because it's cold out and I just need to be warm. These are from Old Navy. I kind of came across one. I don't even remember, it was on sale, but I was in my romper phase and I was like, oh, okay, let me try this. And I fell in love with it, and I just love it. Now, for me, I would say it's pretty flattering. I do love them, but at this point, I'm in a phase of comfort and what has pockets, so that I can hold my kids' Legos, or a pacifier, or a wallet, or keys, or a fruit snack, whatever it is, I need pockets. So if it meets the criteria of pocket, it's not the most flattering, but it's fine. So I will have an outfit, and so I will show you that these are my rompers in the summer. These are my summer rompers. I get these from Amazon. And I have, a black, a blue, and I have 2 blues. I have a gray one, and I have a green one, and I think I have 2 black and 2 blue, 1 green, 1 gray, and yeah, that's it. So guess what? It doesn't matter. It's going to be Monday, Tuesday. I just pick a romper. I have a black t-shirt from Old Navy, black V-neck from Old Navy, I think I have a crew neck from Old Navy, and that's it. Like, I just know what I'm wearing, because I don't have to think about, like, what are we wearing today? What am I wearing today? Oh, and does this go with this? Oh, and does this go with this? Oh, okay, and then what shoes am I going to wear? Like, I am in a season of my life where I don't need to look cute. I don't need to think about that. Like, I just need something to just, like, make the decision. So, like, a decision has been made, and that's what I'm doing. So I will have the romper, or I'll have like 3 of these. And I honestly, I don't care if somebody's just like, are you wearing the same outfit from yesterday? It's like, no, it's a different romper. And if you don't believe me, I mean, like, who cares, right? Like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I know it makes my life easier. And so I just go with an outfit, a uniform, if you will. So, and my husband jokes about it all the time, because he's just like, I want to get to the point where I'm rocking a uniform, where for him, his uniform would be, a polo shirt and jeans. So he'll get there, but right now he can't. So I will rock a uniform, right? Just standard, no thoughts about it. Don't worry about it. The only thing I might change is in the winter, if I need a sweater. I have different sweaters, then I'll just pick a sweater that just complements whatever the rompers. I mean, again, it's like black. It goes with anything. So that's the first thing. The other thing that I do is I meal plan for the month, right? So, and my husband laughs at me all the time, because like at the beginning of the month, I'm always like, okay, time to grow on my calendar. And he's just like, here we go with this effing calendar. But I wanted to share with you, like, this is the calendar, and it is like, I fill it out for the month, and we just, I fill out what we're eating for the month, and that just creates a simplicity in, we're going to bulk buy at the, farmer's market, or at the meat market, or at the grocery store, or at the, the Costco or BJ's. And if I know how much I need every week, then I'm just going to say, okay, you're going to go to the farmer's market and you're going to get 8 pounds of beef. You're going to get 8 pounds of ground beef. You're going to get 8 pounds of ground turkey. You're going to get, 4 pounds of cheesesteak. You're going to get like 4 dozen eggs. Like, it just makes it very easy to buy things in bulk and then know that you have a plan for them. So even within the month, the week is it's pretty much the same, right? And so I will tell you, like, it's themed, right? Every Monday is chili. Taco Tuesday, I have fish, some type of fish, salmon or shrimp or something Wednesday. Thursday is some sort of pasta dish, and then pizza Friday, and then either Saturday or Sunday will be like breakfast for dinner, or like cheesesteak Sundays or frittata Sundays. Like, we just keep it very uniform and very consistent. Now, within the Wednesday, if I know, well, this is Fish Wednesday, or this is like, whatever. Yeah, it's like Fish Wednesday. It's either going to be like shrimp or salmon, fish or salmon, like fish, shrimp or fish. Like, it's just going to be something like salmon burgers, crab cake burgers, whatever it's going to be that is related to seafood, that will happen on Wednesdays. And I can have variety with that, and I can say, okay, we're going to do broccoli with that one, or veggies. But that allows me to just plan my meals for the month, and then I just know it's in the freezer. I just know it's there, so that if I say, like, oh, I don't feel like having, or my husband will say, so I don't feel like having salmon burgers, I can say, do you want shrimp? Do you want crab cakes, right? And he might even say, like, I don't even want fish on Wednesday. Like, can we do something else? And then I'll say, you want pasta? Do you want Taco Tuesday? Like, what do you want, right? So I feel like that just makes it easier to just say, pick something else from here, because we've either meal prepped, like we will do bulk chili. So we're in our like bulk chili phase for Mondays, or soup, or in the summertime, we'll do like salad on Mondays. We just keep it very simple. So if he says, I don't feel like having salad on Monday, I'd be like, what do you want? Taco Tuesday? You want pasta Thursday? Like, what do you want? And it's funny, because I'm just realizing that we will do pasta Thursday and then pizza Fridays. And I'm just realizing, probably by the end of the week, my husband and I are so fried that we just probably want some comfort food, and pasta's going to do it. So, because pizza Friday, like, it's more carbs, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Like, it works itself out, that having meal planned for the month and then for the week makes it easy to then say like, oh, we're going to buy in bulk, and then I know what's in the freezer, and I don't have to worry about like, oh, wow, we ran out of this, or we ran out of that, or oh god, like, okay, and I don't have the ingredients for this. Like, we eliminate that because it's just already done, right? And I know when I need to pull out in the morning from the freezer so that like it will be defrosted and I'm not scrambling, when life happens. So that's the second thing. The third thing that kind of goes with that is like bulk buying. So I tend to do things in bulk, and not just like buying of food, like where you go to Costco for the month or like you go to the farmer's market, but like I will do things in bulk. Like I will pay my car insurance for the year. I will pay daycare for the month. They like offer you could do it like every week, or I'm like, no, like bump that. Like, what's the number? And here's a check every month. Like when I sit down with my calendar and it's like, here's your check for the month. I've paid my car insurance for the year. Like I don't want to have the mental thoughts of like, what do I have to pay this week? Okay, how much do I have to owe this month? Like, or I have to write another check, or I have to make sure I automate that. Like, I don't want any of that. I don't want any of it. So if it's paid off for the year, then I know it's paid off for the year. And then I just know like, all right, like I'll get my life insurance or my car insurance or my, like even like my apps for like my Fitness Pal or just various apps. Like I'll just pay them annually. I'll pay the annual whatever I can. I'll just pay that for the year and have that done. Or if I'll, instead of for the every week, I'll just pay it for the month, and then I don't have to worry about it, because I don't want the mental load of having to remember, oh shoot, like it's Friday, I have to write a check for daycare. I'm not doing that. I'll give you for the month, and then I know like, well, first of the month, what is due at the first of the month, right? Like my mortgage, my like kids daycare, car payment, like you're getting it for the month. Like we're done here, right? So that is also helpful. That is the third thing that I do. The fourth thing that I do to streamline my life is doing things the night before. So it's we'll pack the kids' lunches, we'll prep the kids' lunches, and we'll have it ready to go so that in the morning you just dump it in there like lunch bags and you just keep it moving. You just go, right? Because you're not getting up in the morning and then saying like, okay, where's the Tupperware for this? And what do we have aluminum foil? And where's the aluminum foil for that? Oh my God, I just realized we ran out of chicken nugget. Like if you just know all that stuff the night before, like, and again, this is in the systematization of our lives that it's just like, while I'm cleaning up after the dishes, my husband is putting together the kids' lunches, and we just kind of like can work that way so that like by the end of the night there's a release of knowing that like we don't have to worry about, are we run out of this, did we run out of that, like, oh okay, no. So we do that the night before, and it is just like this is what you're getting. And again, predictability, my kids seem to like it, I seem to like it, it's fine. So it's fine. And then the last thing that I do, which for me, again, it's like the themes. I like themes, and I like a structure, and I like consistency, and I like a consistent theme, only because so much of my life, there's so much of it that is unpredictable, that if I can have some predictability, like this would be great. So the thing that I'm trying out this year is I'm going to try to start time blocking, right? So the way that I typically work in my practice is that like I would have just clients, like from 9 to 4, and it would just be scattered, right? Like it would be scattered. Like I'd have a 9 o'clock and then 11 o'clock and then a 3 o'clock. And then you're finding yourself trying to get momentum on an activity, on like deep focus work, but you can't, because in the back of your mind, you have a client coming in 2 hours. And then maybe you have to prepare for that session, or you have to prepare for that client, or you have to be ready to go when that client gets here early. Like I have recognized that, and I fought it for the longest time, because I want to make myself accessible for my clients. Like if they work, till noon, I want it to be available to meet them at 3 or 4 or 5, right? But there is something to be said, and I've just started doing this in the last few weeks, where I'm just time blocking, where my clients are going to go in the morning, and then I'm going to do like what I call like other tasks in the afternoon. And that includes, like things that I have to do around the house, like putting in a load of laundry or starting to cook or clean. But then it's also like work stuff, right? Like I'm going to focus on my trainings. I focus on like working on my business, like doing my income spreadsheets. Like, so when I focus on time blocking, there are these chunks of time that are devoted to a specific task. And even within the breakdown of the time block, every day of the week gets its own, attention, right? So I do Motivation Mondays, where I network with another therapist to like motivate them to start the week. I try to record some videos or write my newsletters, so that I can, like again, it's trying to motivate other people, like clients or just complete strangers or YouTube. Like I try to do those things on Mondays so that I can motivate myself and motivate others to like have a great week and just, like keep going, right? That will be Mondays. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my busiest client days, and so I really only have like 1 hour, maybe 2 hours of free time, and that is called Training Tuesday and Training Thursday. And Training Tuesday and Training Thursday is where I try to devote 1 hour to listening to a podcast, a professional podcast, or like take a training online, an on-demand course. I try to just learn something. I try to sort of say to myself, okay, if I listen to something on Tuesday, then Thursday it would be like, how do I think I can implement this with a client or in my practice? I really try to think about conceptualizing how to best serve my clients globally. But it's like, okay, like I'm going to take this time to think about, like how I'm going to serve my clients. Like, and that's Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's Training Tuesday, Training Thursday. Wednesday is Writing Wednesday. Writing Wednesday is like, again, I either like try to research or write for a blog post or write my newsletter or just write to, try to write to, other professionals. That is just kind of me networking. That is me doing work that puts my stuff out there, right? That's in written form. And then Friday is Intensive Friday, where I will either do intensive. Those are my intensive session days where I do EMDR intensives for like 4 hours. And so like I will see a client, let's say from like 8 to 12, and then 12 to 4 is where I focus on the business. Like I do my income spreadsheets. I reflect on like, how much I made this week, how much I spent this week, what has to be done maybe over the weekend, like just focusing on the business and focusing on like just my home and like what are the things, the to-do list things that maybe have to get done around the house. Like that is my time to focus on Friday so that I can set myself up for a good week, because on Saturday and Sunday I try not to work or I try not to think about work. And so that puts me in a position that when I get to Monday, like I'm not scrambling and trying to figure like, what am I doing this week? Like who am I calling this week? I have done that on Friday, and then I can just start Monday, get the ball rolling, and just, again, focusing on what needs to be done in my practice and in my life and as a human being. So those are the 5 things that I do. I hope that this helps you. I hope that this gives you some motivation or inspiration to try something in your life to just streamline, just eliminate a lot of decision making. If you can eliminate as much decision making as possible, I think it just will help your mental health. It will just help your sanity. Now, as a side note, I will say that when life throws curveballs at like my Motivation Monday or my Training Tuesday, like my kid is sick. A couple of months ago, my daughter was home with hand, foot, mouth disease. So there was like no doing anything, right? There was none of that. And I will admit that when my schedule is off, like I'm a little uncomfortable because I'm used to structure and routine, and I like structure and routine, and it's very hard. But I also have to remind myself that this is like, it's a week, right? Like I have 52 weeks, there's 365 days. Like it's fine. And hopefully, I don't know, I haven't had to do this, but I'm like, I tell myself, oh, if I need to like focus on this on Saturday while my husband is home and can be with the kids, I will do that. I haven't done it because it's like when I'm with my kids, like you're just all, when you're with your kids, you're all in with your kids. So that is my I will acknowledge that if I get thrown off my routine, I do flounder a little bit, but it's fine. And ultimately, like I'm able to like navigate and tell myself it's fine. Like we'll be fine. So I hope this was helpful. If there's anything in here that you do, any additional hacks to reduce decision making, I would love to hear it. If you like this video, hit the subscribe and like button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.